for sure that the EU, I'm familiar with the EU, at least there will be from farm to fork regulation. AMR is already part of this from farm to fork. However, indeed, it depends, will be in the country, it's still in the recommendation level. For the wastewater though, for the wastewater, urban wastewater, the proposal to EU directive already submitted, where in January 2025, every wastewater treatment should monitor AMR twice a year, at least twice a year in the inlet and then outlet to understand how much we introduce AMR problem to the environment. The new other regulation is not forced yet, but it must be done as a optional monitoring for the water use in agriculture. And this regulation will be in place quite soon, actually, in June 2023. I'm talking this for the region where the water are scarce, like in the southern part of the Europe, Israel, Middle East, could be, or even Italy, Spain, Cyprus. They have really some, scarce of water, but especially when they use for agriculture. So at least those are the three policies that I knew that in place. However, in the agriculture, I knew that the draft of MR monitoring in manure is already prepared. And I'm not sure when it will be submitted, but there is already a big consortium in EU that the first thing MR monitoring should be enforced to monitor in manure, because as I mentioned, manure is the hotspot of the MR, especially in agriculture, is the biggest kind of hotspot. So if you want to apply manure as fertilizer, that will be the first to be regulated. However, from the sustainability point of view, that if you want to, join the tender, you need to make sure that the products need coming from the sustainable producers. So there is maybe not directly fine in the regulation, however, will be more in the sustainability for the procurement. So more procurement now want to force this and for making sure that if the producers coming from known that they produce a lot of antimicrobial resistant pollutions, then most likely that you will not get the tender, for example. So it's not about the fine, but it's more about how you can get the tender.